for you.
Oh, and I got an exclusive
you.
for all the We Gon Talkers tonight, sis.
Drop
I got
an
it
exclusive for
you
the
heard
two
it here
one
first. You feel me?
for the 2 1 1 1. Another exclusive.
But we can drop that later. You feel me? But just know, y'all better stay locked in. We got an exclusive for you tonight. Okay?
Exclusive for the 2 1 1 1. Okay. I think we live. I have to
We
always go
are.
and check because sometimes I don't be knowing stuff. And then when I'm tired, I don't know nothing when I'm tired. Like,
We live, sis.
I don't know nothing about nothing. Nothing about nothing. Well, we're going to cut up and let people join us before we get to the talking of the talk. And yeah, sis, I'm tired. I probably should have put me a cup of coffee. See, a cup of coffee.
No, you should not be drinking coffee at 8 o'clock at night.
See, look. What the hell
You
is
should not be drinking
a
coffee at 8
cup
o'clock
of
at night.
coffee? What is a cup of coffee?
You can't say it because you don't need it.
I said, I need a cup of coffee.
A cot of coffee. You need a cot so you could go to sleep.
Thanks. I am tired. When I say I had like the past 3 days back to back to back to back presentations from 8 in the morning till 3 o'clock.
That's a lot.
I'm tired. Like, I don't even know how I'm able to talk at this point. Because, Sister Ty. Hey, Nicole. We see you.
Hey.
Welcome. Hey. Yes, I'm tired, sis, but we here and we gonna talk anyway.
I've been editing all day.
We gonna try to talk because apparently
we gonna talk. Something's gonna come out. It may not be what you intended to come out, but something gonna come out.
I'm having some technical difficulties today
with your tongue
when it comes to the this has just been a weird week though. Like, girl, yesterday with the internet being off, but I was low key happy.
That was something, wasn't it?
I was like, okay. At first, I was about to get mad in the morning. Robert was getting ready to leave. I was like, oh, I got a presentation like in 25 minutes, and we ain't got no internet.
It's above you now.
That's exactly. I was like, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. If I'm out, other people out. I can get my work emails from my work cell phone, and they were saying that they were down. So I was like, perfect. I said that's just like black folks. Black folks be like, look at God working in the morning for it. It's all in my favor. It ain't fair.
You need a rest this morning.
I felt like that though. I was like, "Ooh, I don't feel like talking no way right now. I'm still kind of trying to wake up." So he knew my heart, and then the stuff was back up and running real soon. Real soon.
Man, it took a little minute. I mean, it got up, but it took a little minute.
Not out here, not out here. It was back up pretty quick. I was like, okay, guy, I must be on a mission. I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna follow your lead. You said get up on this head computer. I'm gonna get on.
The way you lead.
Well, welcome, y'all. We got a few people in here. Hopefully, people will join us and jump in on the room. Y'all know what we do Wednesday nights. So come on, let's get this talk going. So today, I really was just on my heart to have this in particular of a conversation. That wasn't what I wanted to say, but I told you I was tired, so I had to kind of get
right. Since it came out,
it came out still. It worked. It still worked. Girl, I cut my finger out and I almost chopped my thumb off today.
Don't do that.
Girl, it was like blood everywhere. Kids came. It was like, ew. Kids be no help when it's an emergency. They just be like freaking out, panicking. It's like, listen, I'm the one bleeding. And y'all freaking out like
some people can't stand the sight of blood and stuff.
I guess sis. But anywho, I wanted to have this really important conversation because I think at one time or another, if any of us have tried to do anything ever, you may feel discouraged because you don't always see the support from people around you. And I know that in particular, this hits pretty close to home for me. Because I try to do many things and be like, I'm the type of person that I want to support. I'll share the hell out of some stuff. But then you be like, man, people don't really rock with you the same. If I could support, I'm gonna try to budget so I can make sure I can frequent or patron your service, your business. And it gets disheartening sometimes when your own folks don't support. So I said, you know what? It's a really important conversation we need to have about this because a lot of that actually stems from generational trauma. And we need to talk about how it's connected in hopes that not only will we get better at supporting each other in our communities, but we'll kind of let go of that angry spirit too. Because I feel like we be mad at each other. We be mad. We just
That's
gotta
because I feel like with people like us, I'm gonna say like us, because I'm the same way, sis. Like I'm a support, I'm a connect you, I'm a whatever I can do, I'm a whatever. Right? Like I'm
yes.
a supportive person. And I'm like, when I'm doing something, I'm driven and I'm all in it. Like even if it's 15 things at one time, I'm in all 15 of them things.
All of them.
Committed, okay? And then it's like when you need people or expect the same energy from people that you've even helped in the past and they just come up short, it's like,
Hurt your
but I
feelings.
moved mountains to help you. Like I moved
Move mountains, made
mountains,
a way out of no way to support you,
parted the Red Sea, like
to be
to
of
do
support.
it. But you know what I realized is that a lot of times the people that you don't know will be the ones that support you more so. And I ended up having this conversation the other day actually. Um might have messed around and who was it? I think I was at work.
Okay.
Long story short, I had the conversation the other day. And basically your friends and family will always see you as you, as whoever they knew you to be. Just it's the same thing like if you were once crazy, traumatic out here in these streets, and then you worked on your healing and now you a completely different person and you move different and your energy different. They still gonna remember you turning up and being traumatic out here in these streets and they're gonna hold you to that. And so it's the same thing. Like you could be, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for celebrities. Like no matter how big
Sure.
they get, to their mom or their auntie or their cousins or whomever, they still gonna be Ray Ray. You know, and it's like, but
Crazy Pookie.
I just won an Academy Award. Man, Ray Ray, pass me them chips over there. Like you still gonna be
He
who
ain't
you were.
changed. He ain't
Right. To your family,
changed.
unless they need some money. Okay. To
You
your
know
family
what
and
though?
friends.
I don't even feel like it's just that at times. I feel like a lot of it be a worry and competition. I feel like we haven't learned to feel comfortable enough to see that there's space for all of us to get money or to rise up. It's like this competition spirit, and we have a lot of that in our culture because you get told even from being very small that you have to be the best of the best, right? Because there's no room for all of us because they don't want us anyway. So you have to be better than most if you want to get up here. So I feel like the competition spirit has been ingrained in us from so small that as we get older, even though we know it's a big world and even though we know it's a possibility for space for all of us, we still have like this need to compete with each other. And it's like, it's how many different brands of TVs out there, electronics, different brands of everything. There is nothing out here right now that doesn't have some sort of sister or brother brand. Like there's a brand that's just like it. But yet when it's us in our community, we really feel like it has to be what I have to the table. Like
But
I
see, that's
need to
that
have all
crab
the
in the
good.
barrel mentality, though.
Yeah, but it started from slavery. You know
I was
how
gonna say, you know where it started,
I'm
sis.
just going there with you, saying, taking you
You
there.
know where it started.
We on the bus. We on the bus there. That's
Don't
exactly
drive that
what it is.
joint,
We
sis.
we driving it. It started from then and pitting us against each other, and
Yeah.
it's the spirit just continues to grow. So it's like even if we could support each other, maybe, connect and team up, but we don't allow ourselves to think like that because we look at each other as competition. So I have to compete against my brother, I have to compete against my sister, and I can't support them because, well, that's going to take support from me, or, but shoot, there are times where I just can't maybe handle all the business. And so why not move some of that business along? And I think
Mhm.
sometimes we don't look at it like that. It's just we need to kind of get past that spirit. So I think that that has a big to do with why we don't support each other. And then I also just feel like people just don't always see your mission or believe. Don't understand where stuff is going. Some people just be like, yeah, it ain't really that serious. They're just out here doing whatever, and they're not professional enough. There's a lot of judgment that we
But
have
see,
within our
that's that
faces
same
too.
energy of like people that's close to you, like because that's that familiarity. I'll say that.
Mhm.
And if you ever worked with a friend or a family member or been in a space where it's not y'all kicking it or hanging out, they can't even see you or shift. Some people, not everybody, because some people can, but there's others that can't even shift their mindset into like work mode or this is what you do. It's like that video that's going around where it's like, oh, you still doing your little business? Oh, you still got your little job? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why I
That's
gotta be
it.
a little business? You don't know what my goals are. You don't know how much in my bank account. You don't know what I'm doing or what I'm called for. You know what I'm saying?
That part. I was about to say that because even more than it being a financial aspect, some of us do some things because we feel like we're called to do it. And
Absolutely.
so when you're not met with that support, it can be very discouraging. I'm just going to keep it real. I've tried more than a few things. At one point, I was trying to be the entrepreneur and have like my little tutu business. And at that time, it was when tutus were booming. Like everybody was making tutus, like literally everybody. And I was just doing it just, because I actually like to craft and do things. And um, it was tough. It was tough. You had some people that were just like truly just not trying to support you. You had some people that wanted to kind of like talk you down on your price. They want to pay you what you were worth. That were
But
also,
that's the thing with black owned businesses,
oh man,
period. You
that
ain't gonna walk in no white establishment trying to haggle unless it's maybe a
mhm,
car dealership.
that's
Okay.
it.
You gonna walk in there, you gonna look at the price tag, you either gonna be able to afford it and pay for it, or you're gonna walk out the door.
Cause
But when
I
it
don't know
comes
one
to
person that
family, friends, or black
emailed
owned businesses, you
Amazon.
want to try to get some
Look,
stuff worked out.
they will haggle you to death on your prices and not do that to anybody else. And you start to feel some sort of way as a business person when you have somebody kind of like, no, that's too much. I'm sure I can find somebody to do it cheaper. And 9 times out of 10, you're not. Or you just find somebody that's just like, I need to make this sale. I'm trying to grow. I'm going to do what needs to be done just in the interest of getting it happening. But it's it's frustrating because we do have this unrealistic and unfair expectation of each other to it's beyond taking care of your own. I feel like that's a two-way street, right? That we should
Because if you
reciprocate
cared
that.
about me and wanted to take care of me, you'll make sure I could pay
Right.
this mortgage or this overhead cost for this establishment or whatever it may be. If you cared about me,
If you cared about me, because if you give me a price and it's not in my budget, I respect that that's your price. I'm not gonna haggle you down. I'm gonna be like, man, that's a little more than what I had in my budget, but I respect it. And I will pass that person's information along. But it's not fair to then be like, oh, well, so and so only gonna charge. Well,
we're
great.
going over there to
Go on
so and
over
so,
there
so and
then.
so.
Look, you are
Slide to so and so,
listen,
so and so, and wish
spend
her the
your
best
dollar
for me.
wherever
Okay.
you want to spend your dollar. It's your money. Spend it how and wherever you choose. But I feel like it's a slap in the face and it's hurtful when we say, oh, well, I don't want to pay you that when so and so can charge me less. And usually you're going to get what you pay for too, because you have to pay for quality. And I think
Mhm.
that we have this mentality like when we're taking care of each other because we skin folks, you supposed to do, do me differently. You're supposed to give me some for the free 99, or give me some half price. And it's
And
like,
that's how our businesses end up going out of business. And that's how our economics aren't what they should be, because our black dollars slide up out our community ever so quickly
all
and
the
do
time.
not return. And when they do, they go right back out yet again. And that's why, because we are comfortable giving other people over, over, overpaying Gucci and Louis and everybody
Look,
else, overpaying
overpaying. And nobody bats an eye. Nobody says anything. People will stand in lines. I remember,
t-shirts be
listen,
like hundreds of dollars for a white tee,
and will stand in line for it, honey.
but you
Stand in
can't go up
line.
to Kim's boutique down the street and buy a $20-$30 shirt trying to get it for
Yeah.
15. Stop it. Like, stop it. But see, that goes into the brainwashing of it all. That's the generational curse of it all.
Again.
Outside of the crab and the barrel mentality that some people have, I definitely think that is a percentage of it. But it's also that familiarity again. Like, even if you don't know that person from your community or family or friend, because they are your skin color, it's like, oh, come on, cousin, I don't know you.
Look, I'm a business. I'm
And
not your
if I
cousin.
did, it
I'm a
would be the
business
same
person in this
thing.
moment. It will be
I'll
the
go to
same
my friends' stores. Shout out to Tatiana Kelly, Peace of Mind.
thing.
Um,
Yes.
over in Inglewood, specialty and dessert shop. I try every time I can, because y'all know I don't be out the house that much unless I'm at work or something. You know what I'm saying? I
Like,
be
you
moving.
know I know.
You know
You know
what I'm saying? You know I know.
I know. You know I know, because I don't go no place either, really. So you know I know what you mean.
But
I
if
do.
I'm sliding that way, my nephew works nearby. So, like, if I'm in the car and we got to pick him up or something, I am going in her store and I am buying something. She does have vegan things, but since I'm going alkaline vegan, I don't do like a lot of sugar and other things, regular flours and all of that. I still go in there and buy a cookie, cake,
Right.
something. You know what I'm saying?
Just to be a support. And because I
Right.
mean, people don't realize just how far the smallest effort of support can really carry that person over. I know that even in Oh We Gon Talk, we was dark for a few weeks in there. And I just really had to get my mind right, because it was like, listen, this isn't about money. This is a mission for me. Like, I am passionate about us breaking these generational curses down, because I want to see us win. I really want to see us do better. And these are the conversations that we don't have often, and that I wish I had more when I was younger, because I probably would have approached so many different things differently if we had just had the talk. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And in recognizing between education wise and learning more in this field of psychology, and professional wise, really going out and being in communities and talking to people that are survivors of all sorts of things, like survivors all over the place, you recognize that a lot of what happens to us and how we heal and our resiliency or lack thereof is generational. What things are we taught? Like, how much of those things are impacted by what things happen to our parents and their way of thinking, etc. And so, if we're going to actually move forward, we got to have these conversations. We got to really work on healing, and this is part of it. So I just wanted to start this journey to be the change that I didn't see in the time that I needed to change, or now. So I was like, let me try. Nervous as hell to get
And
it
even
started.
in moments like these, because we were talking about finances, and Nanika was saying that bartering is a thing. I'm wholeheartedly a friend and a fan of bartering. Okay, that was the currency. Is okay. I had this conversation the other day with a artist friend of mine, from Birmingham, and we were talking about how everything is currency. Our energy is currency. It's all
Everything.
currency, right?
Yep.
Our time, currency. It's all an exchange. So even if I can't financially pay you, or if you can't financially pay me, but you have a service that I need and I have a service that you need, we can make that thing work, because stuff still getting done. Cause I'm gonna have to pay somebody else
Mhm.
to do it, and now you could do it, and I do this for you, and you was gonna pay somebody else to do it. Now we doing it. Look at God, okay? Like
Right.
that's how it works. From a meat eaters, back in the day, if you got grain and I got a chicken, and you need some chicken and I need some grain, we gonna
We
swappity swap
trade.
swap swap,
We
like
trade.
straight like
Mhm.
that. And I mean that's also a community minded thing, and
But
that's
that's the thing. We don't
right. That's
have the
what we need to
community
get back
mindedness.
to.
It's
Getting back to that community. And y'all know how I feel. If y'all don't, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you. Y'all know, y'all should know. If you don't know, you about to know how I feel about Kwanzaa. Year round.
I know how you feel about
I
Kwanzaa.
love Kwanzaa, and I love it year round.
Mhm.
I'm not just that last week of the year type of gal. Like Kwanzaa 24/7, 365. I'm actually still working on actively on the campaign Kwanzaa 365. Because it's that important to do just what we're talking about, sis, breaking generational curses. If we cooperative economics, you know, funded each other, supported each other, patroned each other's businesses. That's cooperative economics. And every other faith, every other principle of Kwanzaa all ties into a tighter knit community. And that's what we need to be. It is free 99 to post a flyer.
That look, that I feel like even in the smallest amounts of support, like it's free and it
It's
takes a
free.
second, and we share 1,000 other things on social media, but when it comes to
People
sharing
that we don't even know.
people we don't even know, we making people famous and rich off TikToks,
Mm-hmm.
that's just doing this, not actually doing stuff like shout out to Dilla, who's out here educating the city and the world about
Absolutely.
Chicago history. That's completely different. I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
people that's doing stuff on here that's like no
Dances and all
shade,
types of
no
other
shade,
stuff.
because I'm happy for the brother, but he's getting his just due.
But he was
And people
doing what we was all thinking. We like, what? Why you gotta do all that?
but my
People
point
extra.
is that we can share stuff like that, but when we're not sharing our friends' businesses, our friends' pop-up shops, our friends' advertisements, if they're having a sale or just launching something, we're not sharing that. We're not actively being supportive. And what
And
happens is
it
that
takes zero time to hit the share button.
yeah, it's such a quick and easy thing
Like
to
you ain't
do.
even gotta write a paragraph about it. Just literally hit share.
That's it. That's it. And I really think that people need to understand like how forceful, if we're supporting each other, how forceful and what that could do for us, and how that could like really catapult all of us into betterment. And we just don't even take the time to support. And it's usually people that don't look like us that does the most supporting, and it doesn't feel
And
good.
people we don't know.
And people we
Brand
don't
new
know.
people.
And people
Brand
we
new
don't know.
people.
But
And
but
they
our
and they
own.
support. And they support heavily. And again, I think that goes with being too comfortable with people. You only see them in
Mhm.
a certain light. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know, you know, wait, my friend told me the other day, speaking into existence, y'all, I'm famous out here.
I
Okay.
mean,
I am
that's
famous.
it.
I am successful. I am abundant. I am wealthy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm speaking right now. So y'all just take this in.
Listen, put it out there, sis.
I am
We
all of
receive
these
it.
things. And I'm not even at my peak yet. Okay. I just put a big toe in the water. All right.
That's
I'm
it.
all of these things. But understand that support helps push amazing people. And I don't never mind sharing nobody nothing. If you cooking plates, if you wrote a book, if you cleaning gym shoes, if like whatever it
Whatever
is,
it is you
it's gonna
do.
be on my page or the Melanated America Movement page. I'm gonna share it. It's gonna be in
Look,
my story because we all need to support each other. And
yeah.
whether you support me or not, and this is what I had to learn, and I wanted to bring up when this
Yes, please
conversation
do, because
came
I
up,
feel like you're going in the same direction I was
girl,
going.
because we
Go
have
ahead.
to. whether you support me or not, or support anyone else or not, or if anybody supports you or not, that you're expecting to support you. Let's say that, because people gonna always support you. It just may not be the people you expect to support you, or the people that you're looking to support you. You gonna make it.
Facts.
Like you said earlier, what if a car company, what if Ford was like, you know what, I ain't even gonna try that. It's umpteen for the car companies out here. Honda was like, nah, I ain't even gonna do that. There's a whole lot of other hot car companies out here. Like, do you know how many car companies there are around the world?
How
They
many?
still making
Car
cars.
companies.
People
Now,
still buying cars.
look, you can go to the store and there are 7 different brands of one seasoning. You can get all different types of pepper. Pepper.
How many loaves of bread from different bread companies in that bread out, honey? Do
All
you know how
pepper.
many loaves of bread different companies is in that bread out? Okay.
And I done probably patroned at least half of them. Just
How
switch it
many
on up.
different type of Apple companies it is,
I'm
and there's
trying
a
to tell
new
you.
voice thing that's out on the Instagrams and TikToks and whatnots, and they said it's basically saying it's a whole lot of this and that out there in the world, but there's no you. Nobody will be able to do what you want to do the way that you will
Wait,
do it.
wait, hey, what happened to your tambourine? You ain't had the
Girl,
tambourine. What the
I
hell
keep
happened
it's all the way over there.
to the
I keep
tambourine?
forgetting to bring it back over here.
We ain't got no musical
I gave
selection.
it back to Jaleel. It was his with Momo on it. It's in his
Oh,
room.
well, let me get to the Amazon. I keep saying I'm gonna order my
Listen, I
China.
gotta bring it back in my
You
space so I can just
I,
shake it when I need
you're
to.
speaking a word, and I feel like we need to really like take it in and catch it, because that is something that I truly had to let go. Is like, man, I be out here repping hard for this and that person and sharing and this, and then when it's my turn and I'm trying to, I'll look up, don't see my stuff shared, don't see nobody supporting, and I started to feel some sort of way about that. And then
Can I
I had to
pause you real
sit,
quick?
I had
Hold
to
on. Wait.
hold on, sis. I had to
Wait.
sit in it for a second, and I was like,
Okay.
look, am I sharing because I am being supportive, or am I sharing because I'm expecting something from it?
Come on.
And when I asked myself that, I was like, look, if nobody ever shares a thing, if nobody ever watches a thing, if no one ever comments on a thing else I do, if it's from the heart, it can't be wrong. I'm still going to put the energy out, regardless of if it comes back to me, because that's just who I am.
But
I'm
it
a share
will.
anyway.
It may not come back again from the person you look for. It
Okay,
will. Because
but
this is why I
it's
was
just the
gonna
point.
stop. Because this is why I was gonna stop you, sis.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
That's because I'm actively working on speaking what's already happening, okay? Which is this
Okay.
greatness.
Okay. Speak
Ignore
it.
everything else, okay? So let
Okay.
me tell you about this greatness
Go
which you
ahead.
are living in, Miss Sante. Okay?
Go
All
ahead.
right.
I'm listening.
When you say nobody is sharing, when you say nobody is supporting, you're a lie. And the truth
Facts.
ain't in you. Let
Oh,
me tell you,
it's true. It's true.
because I'm seeing people in these comments right now.
But that's my point. I
I'm
think
seeing people
you're right.
sharing and liking it in here every week.
You right. And I think that that's another point that I was hoping to talk about, is really having a redefined expectation on what it means to support. I feel like we don't have a very healthy or realistic ideology of what it means to support each other. Support to us has this thing attached to it where it's like, if people really support me, I'm about to blow up, right? And it's like, no, it doesn't always look like that. Support is Gino making sure that when I was at my hardest time and wanting to keep going,
Hey.
every single Tuesday, he would message me and say, better see, oh, we gonna talk on Wednesday. Don't you give up. I need to see it. I'm waiting for my talk. And I would be like, man, Gino, like he doesn't know how many times just that message on Tuesday and knowing that Gino was looking forward to the Wednesdays. I got my ass up and made sure that we posted and we was on here. Tired, feeling discouraged, feeling like it's not gonna go anywhere, feeling like I'm not reaching the people. I'm like, man, maybe I need to figure out a different way of what I'm trying to get to. And I was just like, let me get on it because Gino expects me to be there. Anika, I see you. I see you, sis. I love you. my friend, my sister girl, my mentor. Nope, Sante, you can't quit. You have to do it. It's
Ashe.
important. It's needed.
Ashe.
Having my brother, Robert, my sisters, my cousins, just small little support because we think that just because it's our little circle that it's not really being shared, it's not being supported. But your little circle is bigger than you think. That's a ripple. That's a ripple that can go
Ashe.
out and you have to show up
Ashe.
even if it seems like you showing up for one or two people because maybe that one or two people is really getting something from being here. And I said when I started this mission, if I could help one person, then I'm doing all right. So we have to keep that in the forefront too, is really understanding what support looks like and not expecting for support to necessarily be a bunch of money or, a TV spot. It really can just mean that somebody's looking forward to you showing up on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. live on Facebook. And you want to take that support and be proud of it and love it regardless and still feel like you making strides because I think we just have this really, really unrealistic expectation. So, with that
That
being said,
goes to the conversation
wait,
too, like we
hold
talk
on.
about often.
Hold on,
Go
though.
ahead. Go
Because
ahead.
with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of our We Gon Talk viewers, whether you watch one show or whether you watched 8. Thank y'all for showing up however much or however little you can, because that is support. And this wasn't about that. So we're not talking about when support falls short, like you ain't doing a good job. We appreciate y'all. Y'all the real MVPs.
Yeah.
And that is why every 8 p.m. on Wednesday, I'm gonna be my ass right here. Tongue tied, tied.
Minus coffee.
Minus coffee. I'm here. I'm here for it because I appreciate y'all. And we just really need to take that lesson, not L's, lessons. That's what my girl Nat says.
Mm-hmm.
L's, not, lessons, not L's, not losses, because whatever your support looks like, it still is support and it matters. And you take that and you run with it for however long that you can. And so I just want to take the moment and thank y'all for being on here, y'all comments, y'all showing up, y'all arguments, because people be on here arguing with us sometimes. But that's okay.
We take that too.
We take that too, because you paying attention. So we'll take that too. And so however much or however anyway you can go up, is that the timber? Found the timber.
I said, let me go get this tambourine.
Yeah, sounds like old times. Sounds like old
back.
times. It's back. We need to give the tambourine a name. We're gonna have to figure out a name for a tambourine.
Right. I'm
But go ahead with your thoughts, sis, because I just had to get that out and thank the people.
Yes, no, we gotta thank our We Gon Talkers, because we'd be talking to ourselves if it wasn't for y'all. We still would be talking, but
just you and
y'all listening.
That's all facts. But what was your point, sis? Now want to hit us with your point.
Yeah, so let me see if I remember. Hold on.
Oh shoot, I done made you forget.
Hold on.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Oh, I think I got it. Okay,
go ahead.
I believe I was saying it was two that popped in my head. One initially when I was going to cut you off, and then another one came as you were talking. But it goes into conversations that we've had several times before on We Gon Talk, and that is expectations. And since you've read the 4 agreements now, I hope y'all found the time if you have not already.
I mean, if you guys don't necessarily because I was so anti audiobooks, and I have really found myself being appreciative. I don't know what my problem was and why I couldn't get with them before, but since I've allowed myself to enjoy audiobooks, I done had in just the past month, I done went through like 5 books in like a month's time, because if I'm riding in the car, if I'm in the shower, I'm soaking in the tub, if I just need, the mornings are my quiet time, if I'm just listening to it for a little bit, if I'm typing up paperwork, I'm playing an audiobook, and I'll still listen to my music, but it's ways to get out here and get your I guess, is it still reading? I guess it's
Well,
like,
you gaining the knowledge either
oh,
way.
you got it. Okay, yeah, what's that? Get your
Get
knowledge on. Get your knowledge in.
your knowledge.
Get
It's all
your
about the
knowledge in.
intake. No matter
But
how you get
definitely
it,
look up the
long as
Four
you get it.
Agreement. You can get that audiobook pretty cheap if you don't have a
And
subscription.
it's on
It's like
YouTube
a
for
few
free.
bucks. Look, then that ain't no excuse then. Go on and get this
And
audio.
not only is it on YouTube for free, you got various different videos that break it down and do lessons based on it for free 99 on YouTube.
Oh,
Listen.
I ain't seen that. So I'm
Oh
gonna have to
girl, yeah, they
check
get deep
that.
in it. They
But
get deep.
it's a really deep book, and I was very appreciative to a lot of the lessons that it talks about in there. And it talks a whole lot about your expectations and doing things and how it's linked to your own injury. Like you're injuring yourself because you're going with all of these expectations for stuff. It doesn't quite word it that way, but you need to listen to
One
it.
of my Baba Isaac, who's just amazing man, just super amazing. He's lived through some amazing things, just spiritual and just health guru. He's amazing, right?
Right?
But we were having a conversation one time, and he was telling me about a man that was his mentor, and they were at a men's retreat, and he was upset about something, I believe. And so he came over and was talking to him, and he was basically saying that, like, which we probably all know this, we're giving people power when we allow them to make us upset. I believe that before Four Agreements and everything else. I was telling my friends that in high school before I knew any of the stuff I knew now. Okay, and I still stand on it. But then also, it's the fact that when someone shows you who they are, you have to believe them. When you expect something else to come out of thin air, when the facts have already shown you who they are and what they're going to be, then it's your fault. I mean, that may be a hard pill to swallow.
It's facts though. Fool me once,
I
shame
had
on
to
me,
swallow
fool
it
me twice,
myself.
shame on me. I mean, we all have to swallow
It's
that
a
pill.
hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth.
It's the
That's
truth.
when expectations is a dagger that you just stabbing into yourself. If that person has shown you who they are, you have to believe them. You can't keep anticipating that they're going to make better moves or judgments until they start showing you that that's what they're going to do. But until their moves say something otherwise, then expect them to be exactly who they are. So when it comes to expecting certain things from people as far as support, then that's where we can also play fault. Also, communication plays a role too, because we are all very much so different. So our expectations or our ideals of support can be very much so different. Just like love languages and other things, it can be very much so different. So
Very
if we
much.
aren't being verbal, just like we talk about in relationships and partnerships and family and every other relationship there is, we have to communicate what our needs and wants are to other people. I think it's the same thing when it comes to support. So if I'm like, for instance, we're doing the Healing Academy Gala December 11th. Tickets on sale now. Y'all go over to
Yes,
wehealheal.org
I
and
have
get some
shared
tickets.
the info for the Healing Gala on my page. I will be sharing it again
Yeah.
after this
Appreciate your
evening.
support.
Listen, come on through, get out and support. It's gonna be a good time. And so I'll be making sure I share more details alongside all of the other wonderful things Miss Nat B has coming up. Because my sis out here getting it for the people. I mean, she's out here doing that.
Appreciate you, sis. I appreciate your support.
I
I
see
said,
the glow. I can look. I need to
please
find some
support.
shades so I can look at you. You shine. This you shine.
Put on the blinders.
Linging. But carry on. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
But I'm gonna let you finish. But I think we have to basically communicate what our levels of support are. So I've been thinking for about a month or so now as we are preparing for the gala, because it's about exactly tomorrow, a month away. We have to get these ticket sales. We have to find sponsors. We have to find donors. We have to get the buzz out about this amazing event and all the amazing artists that'll be participating. And so we've been sharing, but we had a board meeting the other day, and I was telling, I'm like, we have to tap into our individual markets. So we can't just post to social media especially because Facebook got their new algorithms, all types of janky. You post
Man,
things 15 times and only 2 people saw it. Come on, they be tripping,
these algorithms is something else.
honey.
They do that on purpose. The man
They
is
do,
trying
so
to
you
sell
can pay for
something.
advertisement. They be on that
That's
other.
it. That's
They be
all.
on that other.
That's it.
But tapping into network for me in that instance is like, okay, I can't just post this and assume everybody who rock with me gonna see it and share it. I have to pick up the phone. I have to hit you in a text message or email personally and be like, hey, if you do rock with me, if you do support me, if you do support this cause, I need you to just share it to your page. If you can financially, I need you to buy a ticket. If you're gonna be out of town, can you sponsor a ticket to somebody else? Like I need to reach out to these people and make these phone calls. I can't assume that they're just gonna see it and know what's up. I have to do my due diligence and say this is how I need support. You can, or if you can't, let me know. But I'm
Hold
here to
on.
let you know.
Don't scave over that. I think that that is super important too, is because, going kind of almost related to the conversation we had last week about communication when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
intimacy. Support is the same thing. You have to sometimes explain to people or be very vocal and clear on what that support looks like for you. Not all of us have the same idea of support. So someone may really truly think they are supporting you, and it won't be enough for you because you're not saying what I actually need for you to do. You're not asking for what you need. And that's super important. We have to be able to say, hey, listen, I need you to help me out with this. I need you to share this. I need you to do that. I need this. And not just leave it up to that person to interpret how they're supposed to show up for you. I mean, sometimes it's simple. You're selling something, somebody's supporting you, they buy something, some of whatever it is you're selling. But sometimes we maybe don't necessarily asking you to do that. Maybe I'm just saying, hey, pass along my business card, share
Mm-hmm.
this on your page? Can you post this or speak on that? And so we need to really be comfortable with vocalizing what support looks like for us and not leaving it up for other people to understand, guess, assume what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to jump in on that because that was a super important point. But I'm gonna let you finish now. Let me get off my soapbox. I'm off.
No, that's just like everything else. We have to tell people and show people how to treat us. Like, like it's the same exact thing. We talked about this when it came to relationships. Like, you can't just assume walking into a relationship that that man or that woman is going to know exactly what you like or what you want or
Mhm.
how you want to be loved or how you want to be
Oh, we
treated.
talked about that last
Oh,
week
we
too.
talked about it.
And
Like,
what you need in the bedroom.
right.
Yes, we talked. We talked. Go ahead.
You have to be community, like you got to communicate. You got to say, I like it this way, go and reach up here or pull a lock or something, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, whatever it is. Let that
Mhm.
person know what you need. And so it's the same thing in relation to support. And so a lot of times we feel unsupported because we didn't tell people how to support us or what
Exactly.
we needed at all. So
Period.
they version of support was probably liking the post. Oh, I like that post. I'm
That's it.
supporting.
I love what you're doing. Or sometimes people may support you in other ways. So maybe they won't share, but they're saying, I got something from what I heard, or I watched a small bit of your show, or I was able to, sample some of your food and I thought it was delicious and I told somebody about it. We may not even see sometimes when people are working to support us. It may not always be up in our face too. I think that that's another thing. We're
That
expecting
is
for it to
very
be
much so a
very,
thing.
it's so important
Don't
that
run
we're
past
not
that.
expecting for that it's like I have to see that you're actually supporting me to believe it. These videos, they don't get all their views on the same time and they don't always get their views live, but then you get to go back and see that, oh man, this video has been viewed so many amount of times, more than what we had on the live. So we don't always see these grand gestures of support, and it's really easy for us to assume that the support is falling short, when really it's just not in your face. And we need to be sure that we're altering how we expect support to show up or look,
Hmm.
because that is really hindering us too. Then we be walking around here mad and discouraged for nothing because it's actually
And
working.
manifestation, y'all. I'm gonna keep bringing this back. Like manifestation in the words we speak.
Working on that
We have so much power in our mind, in our belief, in our energy, in our spirit, and definitely in our tongue. Ooh, don't write it down. That's a whole nother monster. Okay. We can manifest all the right people. So if you do feel that the people in your life are not supporting in the way that you want to support, even after you have vocalized what kind of support you need,
one.
then manifest the right ones. I can literally pinpoint times a time in my life where I was like, I need these type of people in my circle that's about this and bop, and like literally about the next week or a couple weeks later, they walked right into my life and they currently still in my life and we making moves together right now to this day.
Because listen, because I'm gonna have to tell you this. I sure said that last year, and it's so funny that for me, although I'm half batshit crazy from the pandemic and life being weird, because I spent a lot of time in the house because my son can't just be out there willy nilly like that. But it's been tough to say the least. I ain't really been out there living my best life all the time right now, but I still been living my best life, and that's something that I have to tell myself because for me, the pandemic forced me to sit still. It forced me to be still because sometimes we'll run right out of the path we supposed to be walking on in the first place, thinking that we're running towards the thing we want. And sometimes we get in our own way. We get in our own way. We ain't supporting our damn selves properly. That happens. That legitly happens. Real talk. And when it came to this pandemic, it made me have to be still. And in that, it forced me to do some stuff that I had kept talking about, kept dreaming about. Pillow Talk's supposed to be about so many things, but I'm in here, man. I know we just got it in, but this podcast I'm trying to do, can we talk about it? Like it was that much on my spirit,
It's
right?
like we got time now, cuz.
Look, I need to do it. I just, what do you think? And bouncing ideas. And when this pandemic hit, I had to be still, right? And in being still and not being able to go places, we started mobilizing things that we normally wouldn't use, that we didn't even think we could use, i.e., we were able to do, accomplish, reach out, meet people virtually because we didn't have anything else. There was no other way for us to network. There was no other way for us to communicate long distance because everything was shut down. And being in that space where I had to be still and try new things, it led me to one person who led me to another, who led me to three, who led me to five, who led me to six. And now that I'm here and I keep having to remind myself it's almost 2 years later. It just seems like one long continuous ass year, but it's only been 1 year.
Pushing on
Or
two.
2 years. And in that time, it's been two. See, look, I'm telling you, it just all
See you in a
seems
couple months.
it's all running together, sis. But I'm saying that to say, in these 2 years, now that I'm looking around my support, I'm looking around in my circle, I still got some of the same faces in there, but I also got I'm like, in such abundance of other good people that have sharpened me because iron sharpens iron, right? And so it led me to you, from me being still at work. My coworker said, let's go do this thing virtually. It should be cool. Get there. Was like, these people are dope. And they write. And I love to write. Started going every week. I met your sister Chernelle. Chernelle said, hey, come to my open mic. It's virtual. Okay. Come to her open mic. Who do I meet there? Natalie B. Of no one else. And it's just like this ripple effect. And that in itself is support. It took for someone to say, hey, let me pull you here. Now let me introduce you to this person. They gonna pull me there. And that is support. It's not always these big grand gestures. It's not always this money bag. We have to look and see the whole picture and not just these little tidbits all the time because we get hyper focused on the little small things. And yeah, they matter, but not as much as what those small things will add up to. And we have to be patient. We have to look. We have
And
to
being grateful too. Being
be
grateful for all the
grateful.
pieces. Because if we can't be grateful for
Man.
what we have now, we don't deserve more.
Oh,
And a
say
lot
it
of times we
again.
get so busy in the
Mm.
work that we are missing all of the amazing, fantastical things that are happening to us and for us and through us on a day-to-day basis.
All
And
thanks.
so I oftentimes have to slow myself down to just be grateful because it's
Woo.
like always on to the next. And so I had asked one of my friends recently. I was like, we always talk about our to-do list. There's always something else on the to-do list, okay? But I said, do you make a list of your accomplishments?
Mm.
Because we always write down the next thing to do and we cross off the things that we accomplished or we erase the things that we've accomplished. But do you have a list of those accomplishments? And so I
So
started doing that
I was gonna
yearly,
say, go
where
ahead.
at the beginning of the next year or at the end of the year, I kind of recap. I'll do it on Facebook because that's just a way for me to like actually do it. I'm like, I gotta say all these things, I did this, this, and this because literally I forget. I was talking to my brother today, like, oh, the gala's December 11th. Can you make it? He's like, I'm be at work. But he was like, didn't you throw a gala? I was like, no, it's my first gala. It's our first gala. It's the first year. And he's like, no, I feel like a year or so ago you threw a gala. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I did. And he was like, see, don't be forgetting the stuff you do. And I'm like, you right,
Because
bruh.
it's
It
so
was the
easy
MIA
for
gala
us
right
to
before COVID.
pass over that stuff because maybe it wasn't as boom as we thought it was gonna be, or maybe we haven't, talked about it since then, and we'll completely walk over the fact that we've gotten some stuff accomplished. And I have to, I'm with you in that, sis. Like, it really takes for me to constantly remind myself when I feel like I'm not here because this is the bar I'm trying to get to. I want to get all the way up here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I haven't quite got there yet. So I completely forget to realize that I've had some steps, so I'm closer. And we will completely trick ourselves into thinking we haven't gone anywhere and we ain't did nothing just because we not up here yet.
Because
And
the
we have
type
to
of
get
people we are, we're never going to be done. Like, once we achieve the goal that was set, we're going to be at a higher level. So, we're going to reach a little higher and reach a little higher. So, we're never going to be done reaching. So, if we don't stop and say, hold on, but look where I am, though,
It's
like, we
true.
just going to keep reaching.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. My cousin that has passed, well, like we were 8 months apart, so we were like tight,
Okay.
walked together, wore diapers together. That was my buddy, and he taught me a lot of things. So my big first and everything, I learned how to ride a bike with him without training wheels. Learned how to drive because of him, and I learned how to swim because of him. Now, he had the most interesting way of teaching people stuff,
Was it
all of
taking
us.
in there?
Listen, he kind of was a like sink or swim kind of teacher, and I appreciate that. And it works well for my personality type. So they were trying to teach me how to swim. Him and my older brother were getting frustrated as hell with me because I was afraid. I was afraid to do it. I could float. I had it. I was there, but I would trick myself into believing that I didn't have it. We were getting ready to leave the pool and we were walking around. Now, this could have went horribly wrong. This could have went wrong, y'all, so I don't recommend this.
But God is good.
But God is good, right? So we're leaving the pool and we have to walk past the deep end. And he decides to push me over in that child. He just, and I went in. And next thing I know, and he pushed me in. So I'm like in the deep end. Next thing I know, I'm on the side of the pool and I'm crying and I'm yelling at him like, "Why? What'd you do that?" And he's like, "Tay." And I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe it." He's like, "Tay." I'm like, "Oh my God, you pushed me." He's like, "Tay." I'm like, "What? Do you see where you are right now?" And he was like, "I'll be damned. I'm at the other end of the pool."
You swam.
Girl, I swam. And I was like, holy shit. I swam. He was like, you swam. I was like, I did this. You swam. You was just scared. You just was scared and we were tired. You was scared. You had it, but you freaked yourself out. Blew my mind. So whenever
That's life though.
it's life, I think that sometimes we don't look and realize like, wait a minute, I just did something here. Something just happened.
Something
I was
big.
so worried and focused on living, of course, because they could have went horribly
That's a
wrong.
thing. That's a thing.
That could have went horribly wrong, but it worked. It worked. And we do that often. We don't realize that we swam. We don't realize that we got from one end of the pool to the other because we're still focused on the pool over there. It's like, okay, yeah, I swam in this pool, but there's still all of these other pools that I haven't gotten into yet or I haven't swam across yet. And we need to take a step back sometimes. Sometimes we just need to be still and see that we've swam, that we've made it to the other end of the pool. And it's time
Absolutely.
for us to move on to the next thing. But, allow yourself that time to appreciate, to show gratitude, as you said, Nat, for those steps, because we can't get there without them. Those steps make
Mhm.
progress, no
Come
matter
on.
how small they are. It's still progress. We're still working in that direction. And I
Even those L's, even
even
those lessons.
even
We got to
though
be
times
grateful
you
for
get
those
to
lessons. We be big man when stuff don't work out the way we wanted to, but we have to be grateful for the lessons because now you could do it better next time. And that's going to help you get to the next level. So we got to stop looking at when things don't happen the way we want them to happen or at all sometimes as a failure. That's not a failure. That's a win.
that's
That's
a
a win
win.
because now you know what to do differently. Like you could fill out 10 grants and not get all 10 of them grants. And you could just be big mad that you didn't get them grants. Or you can call the people like, hey, what could I have done better? So now you getting a crash course in what you can do better next time. So the next 10 you gonna get. You see what I'm saying?
Question for you, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Share with us one of your times where you felt like you didn't have support and then you looked up and was like, dang, I actually had a ton of support. And I was so focused on it being like this, I didn't take that appreciation time. Do you have a story like that?
Man, to be honest, I am really, really grateful. I am extremely grateful, blessed, just abundant when it comes to support in my life.
Yeah.
My family is a support system like no other. Like, and I think for a long time, I took that for granted because
Mhm.
it was my norm. You know, like to have a supportive family was my norm. That's how I grew up. That's all I knew. But as an adult and even in a young adult in high school and college and still to this day, when people see how me and my family interact, they like, what
That's
is
dope.
this?
That's dope.
What is this? Like that it's so foreign to people. Like how we support each other. Like we all got businesses. If some one of us is doing an event, we all there. We all got a job. We all working. Like
Yes.
everything. We all posted it. Like everything. Even to like day to day stuff, like everything, raising kids, like everything. We are there for each
Yes.
other. Financially, you ain't got it, I got it. We there for each other, and like people really like have a hard time fathoming that. And then that made me really think like and really start paying attention to other people's family situation. I'm like, this is not everybody's reality.
Girl. So I've had to realize that as well, is that there isn't a lot of that. I too grew up with a lot of like support. My family is small on some parts of the family, but show up, really show up. And when you start talking to people about that, they really don't have the same thing. Like my sister-in-law and I, that's my sister, and she's a second mom to these kids, and vice versa. And it's important. It's important to have that community, to have a village. That's your village,
Mhm.
sis.
It's a
And
village.
a
My
lot of
village
us
is a
don't
home.
have it, and it feels even more stifling when you're trying to do something and you don't have the village. Having the village
Absolutely.
carries you so much more than we give the village credit. So I
Absolutely.
totally. get where you're
Yeah.
coming from in that, but carry on. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
gonna drink some water and be quiet. Go ahead.
But I'm gonna drink some water and be
Water,
quiet.
be quiet.
But no, it's a thing, and I really had to understand how blessed honestly I truly am with the family members that I have. Like even in having my son, like
Mm,
working right after I had him, maternity leave, was going back to work, working more hours than I was working before having him, um and my sister, and wasn't comfortable, having him in daycare yet. And so Carlisa was his second mom, like in passing. She didn't live too far from a job, so when I pulled up, she was pulling up behind me. We were switching car seats from one car to the other car. All right, see you later. When I got off work, she was pulling up. We switching car seats back in the car. All right, see you later. Like, that's not a small thing, especially
mm,
because she out here ripping and running businesses and catering and all types of such too. You know what I'm saying? But she was there. Like, she was never not there.
yeah,
And so blessed to have that. And then my mom, like,
girl. I'm trying
man,
to tell you.
like my
I get it.
mom, listen, God, I don't know. I couldn't if she wasn't here with him, like on the
Mm,
day to day. Like I couldn't. I literally could not if she wasn't who she was and just here and having him and great with him, and they love each other. They hilarious. But they love, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't move the way that I move. And do all the amazing things that I do without
yes,
my
I feel that.
tribe. Like I could not. So like I can never um ever say that I'm not supported in that way, because I was born with these amazing people in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I
That
don't
goes
take
back
that
to
for
the
granted.
point of reimagining or redefining what it means to have support. Because a lot of people may have people showing up for them like that, and still it will say they don't have to support. Like, don't nobody support me. Don't nobody look out for me. I don't have this. And it'd be like, you got somebody that's doing something for you, and you don't realize it, that how significant it is because you're
Mhm.
not without it.
It's a mindset shift.
It's a
You really have
mindset.
to shift your mind to see the positive, see what you have and not what you don't have, because
Ooh,
what you focus on will be
that
exactly
was
what
in
it
the book.
is.
That was in the book.
You feel me? Well, what you focus on is, I tell my 3-year old that he be like, all day, I don't want it, I want it, I don't want it, I don't want this. I'm like, okay, son, well, what do you do want? What do you want? You gotta manifest what you want, baby, because you're gonna get a whole lot of what you don't want if you keep moving in this direction. My 3-year old, we had this conversation
Wait,
earlier today, this couple
I don't
hours
know why
ago.
that tickled me though, because it's like, what do you want? What do
What do you want? Now, we had this talk a couple hours ago. I'm not lying to y'all. He 3, and I be like, no,
you?
son, manifest your truth. What do you want?
So how about we say less I don't and less I do.
I
You know
do.
what? You own to something, sis. I
Shift your
think
mind.
but
Shift
you
your
gonna start
mind,
something down
y'all.
there. You done started something. You don't even realize you done started something, because somebody somewhere gonna watch this, and then they gonna use this on a woman when they asking her what she want to eat for dinner. And she be like,
Focus on what you do want, not on
you
what
be
you
like,
don't want.
focus on what you do, because you just be like, I know. Look, I'm about to give y'all a quick secret to unlocking when we say we don't know what we want. It's not that we don't know what we want, it's that we do know what we don't want. Did that make sense?
Because when people start giving examples or suggestions, they be like, you want to go to Chick-fil-A? Nah, I don't want Chick-fil-A.
No,
So what you want? I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know.
no, I don't want that. I'm hungry, but that's not what I'm in the mood for. I'm like, okay, well, well, what about some Popeyes? No,
Nah, nah.
well, I
Because we
know
know
I
what we don't want.
don't want that. So,
And you know what? I say it's the same thing when I'm gonna take it back to relationships again. It's the same thing with relationships. And not only just romantic relationship, but like I said, I done
fact,
manifested friends and business partners. And
fact.
you can too. Look, infomercial. And you can do it too. Like for real, like stop thinking about what you don't want and focus and put energy on what you do
What you
want
do
and
want.
watch how quickly things will shift. And it's not like I want a tall, dark, and handsome. I want it right now. Then they're gonna walk in your house tomorrow. That's
Well,
not
because
necessarily what I'm
I was
saying.
legit about to get off this live and manifest the lottery for tomorrow.
Manifest it, sis.
Yeah,
Manifest it.
I keep
Think
trying.
about it. And
I don't know
be
what's
okay
wrong.
with it coming in different forms though. What you really manifesting is wealth. It may
Look,
not be the lottery, but it may be something
can,
else.
can you pause there?
Mm-hmm.
Because that one is super, super important. And back to the whole thing of reimagining what support looks like. Because sometimes, even if we are thinking of something very specific on support, we get it, but it don't always come in the right package. I see my girl Monique on here.
Yes.
Monique is right on time. Monique gave me a whole word last week. Okay, Monique, I was talking to her
Yes, we
for a
manifested
bit.
all the wealth, sis.
Listen, and Monique is out here manifesting big things. She's manifesting big, big,
Oh, we
big.
got a link, sis, Monique.
Listen, like if you don't know about
We got a link.
Miss Monique Spence, you ought to know about Miss Monique Spence because she's definitely out here doing stuff. I've known Monique for quite a long time. I see you, sis. She said my ass off. Yes. I've known her for a long time now, and she has her manifestation and her coaching business. So she coaches
Don't
people.
come
She's a
through.
life coach. She's getting people together.
She
Okay.
was literally right on time. Then we done
So she's
manifested Monique
right
into
on
this
time.
conversation.
We done manifested her to this live. Okay.
Come on here. I told you it worked, y'all. I told you.
She is on it. And you know, I was having a conversation with her because she's like, you know what? Holler at me for a little bit. I was like, all right, Mo, what you got? And the conversation, the word,
Was it received, sis?
the word, it was a word. It was a word. And I was like, okay. But even that exchange, because I've known her for a while and she has been manifesting things for a while. And it never like came to me to say, you know what, let me go out there and talk to her. She said, girl,
Yes, see? Manifestation. Speaking in his soul. Y'all better listen to me. Y'all better listen
yes,
to me. So we
but
telling
I'm
y'all.
gonna
We
tell
telling
you
y'all that.
because I was not really necessary. Like I had some things going on in my mind, and I was like, man, am I on the right track? Literally, I was saying to myself out loud in a prayer, like, am I on the right track? Am I thinking wrong? Am I really supposed to do this? I kind of expected to be a little further along for this next step to happen. Um, is this what I'm supposed to do? And she shared this video. And this video was like, okay, I feel like it's a sign. This is interesting. So I reached out and said, okay, I think that this was a sign for me because you shared this video and it was right on time because this is what I'm trying to do. I'm nervous. I'm not sure if this is what I'm supposed to do. I keep feeling like it in my bones it is, but I don't even know where to get started, sis. Like, what? And she was like, bet, let's get this
She
manifestation.
said, bet. Say less, sis. She said,
Say less.
say
And
less.
we hop on the phone. And I got off that phone, and just in that time, I've been approaching many of things different. Okay, because look, y'all know how I feel
Come on, Monique.
my current work situation. Okay,
Yes.
love what I do, Don't too much like who I do it for, but love what I do.
And you good at it.
And and it's been stressful. It's been stressful, but I ain't felt none of that stress since I had this conversation with Coach Mo. None of it. Not any of it. I be at work just do, and I be listening to everybody else complain and be mad, and I just be like, yeah, I was trying to plan my escape, but it ain't time yet. It's not time yet. So I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit still because my next move is coming, and I'm here to
It's gonna
tell
be your
you,
best move. My next move is gonna be my best move.
always gonna be my best move. Sometimes we will run away from the path trying to get immediate gratification.
And what's
And
my favorite saying, sis?
look, go ahead, share with the
Listen,
folks.
the universe moves and shifts in your favor. The question is, are you moving with it?
Yes.
We be knowing half the time. We be knowing. Sometimes we do get lost and don't know, but most of the time we know which way we supposed to go, and we'll be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna make this left over here, knowing good well you supposed to keep straight.
Because sometimes we think that we think we know better about stuff because we know our situation better than any, right? And I'm guilty. I'm straight guilty. Like, it's very easy for people sometimes to give objective opinions to some stuff that maybe they don't really know because they've never experienced it or been in your shoes. But even those opinions hold weight in some way. They may have some grains of salt that you need to take in that. And so sometimes because we think we know our situation best and we think we have it figured out, and because we're doing some things and it's working, that we got it together, and we don't. We need to allow ourselves to be open to listen to others and to be vulnerable to others, to help us and to share, because people definitely are going to give us the answers. Like the universe is going to tell you
every
time. And when I
time.
say that I was thinking these thoughts and I was kind of on the verge of talking myself out of them, and then Mo shared this video, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and tell her, okay, Mo, you said we was gonna talk. Let's talk.
We gonna talk, Mo.
I reached out. I was like, okay, I'm ready, because I felt like that was the kick in the butt that I needed to go to the next step. And even in just that phone call, I'm telling you, because before that, like Sunday roll around, I'd be like, man, it's work tomorrow. I got to, like, what kind of BS I'm finna open up this email to come the morning. I know it's finna be a something. Since that conversation, it's been a lot of something. Oh, it's been a whole lot of something in the email. And I just been like,
nah. That's not your bag, sis. That's not your bag. Leave it there.
Because it's like I was expending so much energy on stuff that really don't got nothing to do with me. Like, it may, but it don't. It's not. It has zero to do with me.
Hold on, let this tambourine have a moment.
It has nothing to do with me, because this ain't my be all end all anyway. This is not the last stop.
Your bag, sis.
It's not the end of the road.
Y'all know what they say at the airport, no, at train stations. If you see a bag unattended, you do not go pick it up. You get away from the bag. You go tell somebody else that it's there. That is not your bag.
It's not your bag.
That's not yours.
I've been in such a different zen. I've been getting sleep. Because before I was not sleeping, okay? I was like waking up in the middle of the night, just like, Lord, okay, God, I need you to calm me. Because when I'm Taurus. And so when the bull comes out, when your horns come out, the horns come on out, okay? And when they come, I can be a bit much. So I'm like, you know what?
That's when Robert put that foot down and step in like.
So now I be at work. It's the Titanic at work. The ship is sinking. And I'm playing the goddamn violin. I'm people that's playing the violin. Play happy, cheerful music so people don't panic. That's what I'm doing right now. That's where I'm at. And that's just the testimony to when you change your mindset and you start thinking differently, that things start coming differently. Things start happening differently. And we really, 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 truly have to keep that in the forefront, because these are things that I definitely knew, but kind of let go of because I was so focused on things happening in this way, in my time and on my terms, that I was kind of blocking myself.
Right there.
Go ahead.
The people need that right there. That right there. The people need that word, so.
I was
First of all,
so
girl, yes, get your tambourine. We're gonna have a whole band in here.
look.
We're gonna have a whole band. What you say you was getting the triangle or something, sis? What you the
I'm
symbol?
getting the triangle. I
Oh,
always wanted the triangle.
you want the triangle? Okay, so I take go get the
When we
triangle.
used to have,
We're gonna have a
when
whole
we
band
used
in
to
here.
have, because I don't know about y'all, I had hood music when I used to stay in the city. Like we had hood music. My boo Siobhan on here.
Was it a
Siobhan know
triangle
what
in
I'm
the
talking
hood
about.
music?
See, our music class back when I was in the city was
Because
our
we had no
beloved Miss
triangles.
Burke. Hold on. We had triangles. We had triangles and we had these little sticks and we had the little symbols. That's what we had.
We
And
had recorders.
we
That's
didn't
all
have
we had.
recorders.
We
Okay,
had
but
nothing else.
y'all was doing a little bit better than us. We
That
had
was better.
at least yeah,
We
straight
had the little plastic joints.
but they give you flutes at other schools or the recorders at other schools. We didn't have recorders. This I'm telling you what we had. We had the
Okay.
little triangle.
You had the triangle.
We had a little triangle. We had the little symbols, and we had some sticks that you rub together. That's what we and a record player that played this one song. And I hear this song. I've been out of this place for 20 plus years, and I still hear this damn song. It goes, "Wake me, shake me." Come on, Shemai, you know what I'm talking about. She said we had a whole little music corner. We could be
I'm trying to figure out what this song is. How about Wake Me, Shake Me?
It's that one, and I can't remember the other one. Something about don't let the rain come down. My roof's got a hole in it, and I might drown.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, see, this is hood music. I'm trying to tell you.
Got me.
We had hood music back then. But anyway, whenever we had music, I always wanted the triangle. That was the one that was the funnest to me. I didn't want the sticks.
So you get you a triangle, sis.
I'm gonna give me a straight up triangle. It's about to go down on.
It's gonna be popping. Monique said she gonna get the
drum. Oh, get the drums, Mo. Get the drums.
We finna be live, y'all. They not even ready.
We Gon Talk album is coming out.
They not even ready.
They not ready, sis. They not ready. But what I was going back to the point of just saying on my terms is it's not about my terms. What's meant for me is for me. And it may not come the way I think it can because I don't have all the answers. Some stuff
and that's where I was cutting you. Because I was saying that people need that word right there. Because the thing is again going back to that communication piece and releasing and relinquishing the pressure that we put on ourselves and the fact that we think that everything gonna always work out the way we want it to. No, it will definitely not. Most of the time, actually, and half the time, it's for our greater good.
Oh, that part.
Listen,
that part.
The stress comes when we have this ideal in our minds. Again, the ideal of something and not the reality of it. The ideal in our mind of it's going to be A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and it's going to move this way. Like it ain't hella other beings out here moving in their own paths that's crossing ours that we think we just going to dictate it all. Now, though manifestation is real, and we definitely have power over ours, but other people still got say so over theirs, and that sometimes causes some conflict.
I don't got no tambourine. I need something. Okay, because I was about to find a box or something. I don't have anything.
I got you, sis.
I might need to download an app where I can play like the keyboard or something on my phone.
Not you gonna be over there on the whole
organ. Well, I don't know, but I just know I feel hella left out right now.
You need that church music.
Can you over here speaking a whole word? It's the truth, though. It's the truth. It's the truth. And we need to take all of this in consideration when we out here dogging the fact that we don't have no support or support is falling short. It may not be doing that. It just may not be happening.
And something you said earlier, I had forgot this point, but I want to bring it back around.
I'm surprised you ain't got your notebook.
You know, I'm going off the cuff today, so you might have been to wrote it down. Like my point was, hold on.
I know where is the handy dandy notebook?
I'm going off the cuff today,
but I'm proud of you because usually you have that whole notebook when you be like,
I'd have been 4 pages in by now. But the point is that you were saying that we may not even see the support.
Mm.
And this is why the mindset shift is important, because everything that is meant for me, I will have. All the support that is out there, all the
Ooh.
supporters that is out there for me, they are speaking on my behalf, whether I know it or not. Just like your business is popping when you're not the only employee, when you can go somewhere else and do something else and the business is running without you.
Yeah.
That's exactly how good support works. And so we, just because we don't see the support, we can't get mad and say it's not there, because there are people speaking over you and for you that you have no idea about. And if you don't see it or you don't think it's currently happening, again,
Okay.
manifest that thing and watch it come. So it's people out there that know me and that I have no idea who they are.
Because somebody else is supporting you behind
Because
the scenes.
somebody else is supporting me, and
Mhm.
I appreciate the mess out of all the people that I can't see or that I don't even know that's speaking my name in light. I don't know who you are, and if I do know who you are and I
Wait,
just don't know the
how
situation,
about that part of speaking your name in light? We have people praying for us sometime and we don't know.
and that's support.
That's support.
That's support.
We have people that are getting themselves in alignment so that they can reach back and pull for you. That is
Mm-hmm.
support. And so
That's support.
sometimes we really have to stop faking ourselves out and negative thinking that we don't have support because it don't look like this big grand gesture. Like, support happens in so many ways. As we pointed out, y'all watching us today, is support.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you talk about something that you learned here, that's support.
Support.
If now you leave here and you have the conversations, the very ones that we're trying to get started, that is
That's
support.
support.
And so we have to really redefine what it means to have support so that we're not looking at it like it's falling short. Because it's not. It's all working together. And when it's time, when it's the right
That's a
moment,
must do, baby.
everything is going to make sense.
In
And
alignment.
we have to
Okay.
realize that. We have to understand that support doesn't always look like what we think, and that we need to take each effort of support with gratitude, with appreciation, and in stride. Because where
And
that
I want to
comes
give a
from,
word.
go ahead.
My sister Queen, Tabitha Brown.
Oh,
Okay, can
yes.
we talk about Tab for a minute? Can we
Because
talk about Miss Brown for a second?
her story
Okay,
is super inspirational. She's
she's
talked about
super
that.
positive, super inspirational, and I love to see her win. She is winning
Yes,
right
she
now,
is.
and I
Uh,
love to see.
Back it up. Rewind.
Huh?
Not right now, period. She's
Period.
winning.
Continuously forever.
Yeah,
Okay. For the rest of her
abundantly.
being.
If you watch
Abundantly.
Insecure, where she's like, all my friends are thriving in abundance.
And abundance. Yes. And
Thriving.
abundance. No, I hope she continues to win forever.
She will.
Because
She
her
will.
energy and her spirit is so genuine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so real. And I listened to her story talking about her journey at the, because it hasn't even been that long since she popped. If y'all really paying attention, it really ain't been that long, and she popping, and I love to see it. She was making videos for a very long time. She was in a movie a while back. I think it was Money Talks, something about money. And then she was an actress. She still is an actress, but she came upon rough times. Her and her husband, they weren't homeless or nothing, but just not an abundance of money at the time, which we
Mm-hmm.
probably all been there.
Look,
And she was
oh,
driving Uber. She was driving Uber or Lyft, one of the ride sharing companies, and she was hungry. She left without eating that day, and she was like, she had started her vegan journey. She had just started too. She like, I'm gonna slide over here to Whole Foods, and that's when she got the sandwich, and she blew up off that video. And so she was saying she had been making these videos, making them consistently, making these videos. She was like, nobody was watching. There was no views, no likes, no comments, right? But she was just consistently making these videos, making these videos. She like, I'm gonna make them anyway. Ain't nobody watching them. I'm gonna make them anyway. And so she made the video about the sandwich because she said she ate the sandwich and she really thought that sandwich was really good. And so she made the video. She said by the time she made it in the house, she was viral. By the time she made it in the house,
One
she was viral.
one instance, one person, one act of support can change the whole game. And so if you're focusing on the fact that you haven't hit it yet, if you're focusing on the fact that it's not as big as you thought it was, you may miss your mark. So when I find myself feeling frustrated. Like I said, Oh, We Gon Talk was dark for a few weeks. There was no post. And it wasn't that I was giving up. I needed to refocus. Sometimes, too, we got to meditate. We got to heal. We got to
We gotta go
regroup
within.
and refocus. And I had to do all of that so that I could find the strength to come back and post again. And since then, I ain't paying no attention to certain things because it's not about that. If I'm out here for the mission, I need to keep that in the forefront all the time
Yeah.
and not focus. Before, I was looking at the analytics to see who shared, how many shares, how many people watched, what time they was watching. I was going through the emotions, honey, because I was so worried on if I was getting it done to this standard right now. And after I had that time, I ain't looked at that since
It
because
don't
that's not
matter.
what matters. Because where it needs to be is where it's going to go, and it's going to be okay. I've had a couple of other things happen that didn't come into fruition. At one point, someone approached and thought, it'd be good to put it on a streaming network. And I think I had shared it with you. I was super excited. I was like, all right, I had a couple people kind of reach out with interest for it. And then it just fell off. I didn't hear anything else about it. And
Because they wasn't the right one.
look, and I had to tell myself, like you said a moment ago, some things is in our best benefit. That wasn't for me. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. I ain't done. I ain't failed. I just need to keep moving because it's so easy for us to get deterred. It's so easy for us to fall off just because we have this unrealistic expectation of support. You need to be your biggest support.
Mm-hmm.
Show up for you.
Yeah.
Show up for you. Be your biggest support because you can't go wrong in that.
Yes.
You can't go wrong in that. So, even if it's me, I know my sister coming every Wednesday. She be like, "Where the link at, sis?" It's just us.
1 week I was early. I was like, hey, oh, it's next week. Never mind. I'll be back next week.
That is support. My sister said, "Hey, you ain't got to search no further for a new co-host. You got me." That was support because I didn't ask. But she was like, "You got me." That was support. And we have to realize what support looks like. It shows up when we need it and how we need it in the moment, even if it's not what we thought we were asking for. And we truly got to reimagine what support looks like. And so, if y'all take nothing else from this talk about when support falls short, understand it probably ain't falling as short as you think it is. Like, it really isn't. It really isn't. And don't you start to try to cut somebody else's support short because you feel like your support train is short. Still
First
go
of all,
out
karma
there.
is a thing, y'all.
Can
we talk about reciprocity for a second?
It's a thing.
It's a thing. So and then honestly, understanding when we retrain our mind on seeing the support that's there and focusing on, it's just like when somebody throw an event and it's like everybody who was meant to be here is here. When people be worried about, oh, so and so ain't come, I don't know where so and so at, but you missing all the people that's right here for you right now in this space. It's 20 other people here. You worried about so and so and so and so that ain't here. We gotta focus on what's right there, what's in that's that retraining our mind. We were on a cruise. Quick story.
Share with us.
Quick story. We was on a cruise right after the wedding, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
Right after my wedding. Right after the wedding.
Right after your wedding.
Right after my wedding. We was on a cruise.
Okay.
And some of the people that came, because people came with us on the cruise. Mm-hmm. God is good. We didn't have to pay for none of that. Okay. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. So give it 10 stars, okay? majority of people wanted to get off. You know, when you dock and you can go explore the island or whatever. So we were docked that night. So, you know, some people wanted to go. Other people did not. I don't know if y'all know my sister Carlisa, but she a spicy piece. Okay. And when she put on,
She's been with us on the
she's
show.
been with
Hopefully
us
we can have
several
her
times.
back soon because she's one of our faves that come on the show because Carlisa be on here with it, bro.
She is spicy
Be
piece.
lit, lit,
Okay.
litty.
And she was adamant. She like, ain't nobody kidnapping nobody today. We're not going off of this boat. All right. So we can look over at the island from this window here. You got a nice balcony. Okay. Yes.
Can I wait? I don't know if it's a raised hand thing on this. Can I
You used to
raise?
the Zoom with the
I'm
raised
listening
hand.
to with the smack to the forehead.
Grace stayed smacking you.
Was Carlisa standing guard? Because I can for like seriously see her being like,
No, she was at the door.
I see. I knew it. Go ahead. Waiting on people at the door.
No, she was at the door. Okay.
No.
And the thing was at the time, so you know, my now ex-husband, he was really upset because he was like, he wanted to, you know, go off the boat so much so that he neglected the people that were there from us since before we got on the boat that were not leaving. They're like, we here, we finna go to the club, we tired, like, what's up, come out with us. And he was so upset when he was just like, no. And I'm like, but look at all these people that are here standing with us right now. And these were the main people we were with. You know what I'm saying? Other people was other people. They was extras. You know what I'm saying? In the greater scheme of things, these were our people that were here, and you're ignoring the fact that they are supporting us and they're present because these other people wanted to leave. And so that's the same thing to me mentally as you being in a room full of people and concerned about the people that's not there. It's the same thing mentally. We have to shift and be grateful. That's going back to being grateful because the I feel like the key to our success and the key to the next level and reaching those heights that we're reaching for is gratefulness. Gratefulness is literally the key because if we can be grateful in the slums, baby, we deserve that mansion. If we could be grateful just doing this good old work for free, then maybe we deserve that paycheck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I done did some of that. Done did that doing some work for free just because I care about the mission. And
honey,
I'm doing that right now.
right now.
Money. I spend money to be here. Okay. These things cost memberships. But because I believe in this. I believe in this, and this is the mission. And so I know that if I keep that in the forefront and I remain grateful, I remain appreciative to the support that shows up consistently because we got some pretty consistent supporters.
Yes, we really do.
That really be there. And so
up.
what? I ain't on ABC yet. I'm pulling you, sis.
Okay.
I'm pulling you. But where I'm at even right now and just being here is enough because
and since you're not gonna be on ABC because we speaking, I'm sorry. Since we speaking,
we're not gonna be on ABC. I was just
not gonna be on
ABC.
ABC.
I was
We're
just
gonna be on
that.
Melanated in America TV. All right.
Where my
speaking.
I just get the spirit.
Right
I don't got nothing. Facts. Because it's coming. I know my sister's about to do it.
In the works.
She's about to do the dang thing. Okay. But I was using that as a point of reference.
Yes, absolutely.
And just saying, like, no, it's not boom now. But in good time. Because there's more to come. And we need to be grateful in this moment.
And also, if you waiting for the person to get on, you gonna get left behind. Everybody has a starting point. Everybody, just like the thing I was talking about earlier, is going around. Oh, you still working at a little business? Yes, I am. Oprah was a little business at one point.
Look,
listen, Rockefeller, all right, was a little business at one point. Beyonce was a little singer at one point. We all have to start somewhere. So if you're not in the trenches, don't think you're gonna be at the rap party. Okay.
And it doesn't, I really need us to know that it's not an overnight thing. Nothing worth having comes that simply. You have to be willing to show the commitment, show the dedication, and be ready. Sometimes we asking for stuff and we want stuff, but we ain't really ready to receive it. Because once we get it, we're not going to handle it with care. We're not going to do what needs to be done, how to take care of it and continue to feed and nurture into it. And sometimes when we don't get what we are looking for in that moment, it's because we haven't prepared enough yet. And I get that. I'm to that point where I realize like I am not the right Sante yet
Ooh.
for it to be where it needs to be at yet. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still a work in progress. So when I got that sign to go ahead and call Mo, it was like because I'm missing a link and I need to catch it. I need to figure it out. And I'm not the right Sante yet for this thing that I'm asking for yet. Because part of asking for is manifesting it, is also manifesting your shit for you to grow.
The ability
you
to
have
withhold
to
and
listen.
withstand. Okay.
I have to be ready to receive it.
Sante, you speaking.
I'm just saying I have to
you
be
are
ready.
speaking.
I'm just saying I have to be ready to receive it, and I have not made it there yet. So
but
I'm
good.
I'm good. The support is coming. It is here. And it will continue to grow. And I'm going to also show up for myself and support myself by being the right Sante that I need to be to receive it.
I was just because
sometimes that's important.
This screen.
I'm just telling you, like I feel it, I know it. When we look at things in that way, that if it ain't happened yet, maybe because you missing some steps,
you ain't ready.
You ain't ready yet, and you missing a few steps, and you need to make sure them steps are completed first before you get to the next level, before you get to the next part. Because we ask for a lot of stuff sometimes, and we're not really ready to get it. When we get it, we fumble, we fail,
then
we fumble the ball. So
you speaking upon my soul. Like I might look extra, but I'm dead ass right now.
I know it's real, sis. I know.
Speaking upon my soul, so
I'm just saying. So I'm good. I'm good because I know that I have the support. I know that there are people in line with me. They are standing with me. They are in the fight with me.
Even if you don't see them.
Even if I don't see them, I know that they're there. I know they're rooting for me. I know they're praying for me. I know they're hoping for me. I know they're sharing for me, even if I don't see.
Can we also just add another spiritual element, since we're talking about manifestation when it comes to the support and the success and all of that as well? And we mentioned somebody praying for you. Do we realize that our ancestral energy is still energy? And if I'm gonna speak for me, my grandma ain't here in this plane no more. But I know she was praying for me, and I know she still is. I talk to her at random often. I'd be like, "Hey, grandma, right in this time, I need you. I need you right up and through here."
And every last one of them. I have several grandmas, and all the time.
I be calling some of them, depending on the situation. Ones I don't know. I be like, ones I know, ones I don't know. If you for me, just be with me right now in this moment.
In this moment, I need you.
Be with me right here, okay? As long as you good energy, be right here with all that good old energy, okay?
I feel you. I definitely
and that's the thing, and that's support too. Like, to be like 100% honest and serious, that's support also. When we understand that those ashes are real, that it is already done, that it not only will be, it's done already. The work that they did is to get you to this point. The prayers that they pray, the things that they live through, is to get us to the point not only that we are at right now, but where we are going. They've already seen it. They've set the path, and that energy is still with us. So I know it's hard losing people. I know that. I know it to be so. But know that their energy and those people that supported us, that's not here anymore, they still supporting us. So we can't feel like we alone, because we ain't never alone, even if ain't nobody in the room that you can see. we ain't never alone. So that energy is still there as support as well. So you start speaking, and I was like, let me drop this.
I'm
That's
just,
support too,
I
and
hear
that's
you.
infinite support right there because it ain't got no earthly limitations.
Look, it's all there. It's all working in our favor, and we just have to keep moving and not focus on what ain't. So not what we don't have,
You're right. What you
what
do
we
want?
don't, what we do have, right? What we do see, what we do know to be the case, and everything else is gonna follow. Like legitimately, everything else is going to come behind that.
You just got to do your
So,
part.
gotta do your part. So I wanted to spend the last few minutes of the show highlighting some pretty dope stuff because I know some dope people doing some very dope things.
It's really feeling like everybody busting right now.
I
Like
mean,
I
some
be like, y'all going
amazingly,
crazy.
look, some so amazingly dope stuff. And I thought,
Yes.
what more of a fitting time than to talk about these dope things that's happening right before our eyes on a show where we're talking about support. Because
That's what support
you
says.
see how I did that? You see how
Yes, you better.
you know,
You better.
all working together. It's all
Full
together.
circle. Full circle.
So, first and foremost, I want to send a shout out to Chicago's Black Santa Dreezy Claus because he is going to be downtown for the tree lighting ceremony. And
Yes.
we know that representation matters. That's what he loves to say.
Yes.
And I'm with you, bro. Representation matters.
Yo,
So,
he's going in the history books. Like he
he's
will forever now be in the Chicago history book. He is the first black Santa Claus to do the tree lighting. He's Chicago history now. We know this man.
He's,
We were there.
y'all know this man. He be on the show. We trying to make
Listen,
him a honorary third like co-host, but
he popped through.
he be like, no, no,
And he
no.
know what he can slide. He be in the comments like, send me the link.
He be like, we
Send me the
love
link.
Dre. We love us some Dre, aka Dreezy Claus. We are so proud of you, brother. I am so
Yeah.
proud of you. He has a wonderful coloring book. Would be an amazing gift in addition to whatever else you giving those rugrats for these holidays. It could be a stocking stuffer. Like it's on Amazon, y'all.
And you
It's
got
dropped.
adults, because there's a lot of adults that like to color too.
Look, B, you talking about me? That's me.
Come on.
That's me.
It is me.
Coloring is therapeutic. Like, let me tell you, real talk.
Already is, period.
When I was pregnant with my daughter, and I see it now why I did it. See, we talk about food cravings, but I craved coloring. When I was pregnant with her, I colored every single day, all day. And then I would make Robert color with me because I was on bed rest too. So we like, hey, let's color. Like I had all these coloring books. He would come over, be like, I found you some new coloring books. Like, really? You got me some new coloring books and some coloring pencil? True story, like straight up. And my daughter is a phenomenal artist. Like
That's
she
why it was her
it
energy coming
was
up.
her energy coming through. I mean, this baby,
Mhm.
sometimes this child be drawing and making some stuff. She does some amazing clay work. She does writing like her mama. That that part really makes me proud because my baby writes like
I
me.
can tell by the blusher.
I'm just it just makes me happy. But she is like my baby girl gonna do things. Y'all gonna catch her out here. She's gonna be amazing. She does her own cartoons and
Y'all better
graphic
support
art.
her now.
I'm trying to tell you because she's on the come up. My baby is going to be doing some amazing artistic work.
She already is.
She already is, and I get so excited to see her comics. She draw her own comic books. Like when I say she's out here in the arts, she's deep in it. She's deep. And I used to crave coloring with her, so I would color for hours and hours and hours. So I'm gonna buy me a coloring book.
You better get you
Because
a
I like
coloring
to
book
color
too.
too. I'm gonna get me some new color pencils and everything.
And one thing I loved about the coloring book is that he leveraged his support and he spoke what he needed and he got what he needed done. He said, "Look, y'all, I need y'all to do this for this to happen. Who got me?" And he got his support. He
And
spoke
it
up,
came
and we
through.
talked about that. speak what you need and
Speak
get the
what
support you
you
need.
need.
And he
Facts.
got it. And oh man, I'm so
Go
excited
on
for him.
Amazon, y'all, and I've shared the
Breezy
link already
Claws.
earlier today. I will reshare the link. Please go out there and get our brothers coloring books. And if you're feeling safe to come out during the holidays, please go to the tree lighting ceremony
So
and see
cute.
Breezy Claus. Like, I'm so proud of
So
you, Dre. We
cute.
so proud of you, brother. This is amazing. It's only up from here. So I wanted to give a shout out
All
to
the
that.
way up.
Oh, look.
If he thought he was booked and busy before,
Well, this look, he ain't gonna know what to do with himself. He gonna
he
be
gonna need some
busy.
Dreezy Claws lookalikes.
And you know, people are already getting into the. I saw somebody put their Christmas tree up the other day.
Oh,
Christmas
girl,
lights
Christmas
up.
was right after the
It
what
didn't
you
used
call
to
it?
be like
October
that.
Halloween.
I'm like, really?
It was like so about pumpkin
Already?
put up tree.
Man,
They ready. They stay ready. The candy canes is right next to the old Halloween candy.
whole window got tree lights. Whole window. But I ain't gonna judge. That's none of my
They
business.
ready, sis. They ready.
Alrighty. So we wanted to shout out Dre on his amazing accomplishments. We're so proud of you. Be looking out for his stuff. And then also, don't forget, we got a real legend that comes here every Wednesday with us anyway. So sis,
You know what I mean?
sis, it is.
I was like, oh,
My sis is doing big things, and I am so proud. So proud. I mean, you would think like I've known that all her life. I kind of feel like I do. We must have been really good friends in
the
another life.
synergy was there.
It
You know
was
what I mean?
okay. It was something.
We
It
was
was
like
something.
neighboring tribe, same tribe,
I'm trying to
something
tell
like
you
that.
something.
Something
Something.
like that.
We just kind of relinked again. But my sis is doing some amazingness. Okay. So, sis,
Yes.
share with the people other than we talked about the healing gala. So be
Yes.
looking out for that and the healing academy stuff to be coming with that too. That's all about getting the school up and running. The healing academy is what the community needs. It's going to be doing some amazing stuff and I'm super excited for it. So tell us about
And
all
you
the
are an amazing supporter, sis.
I'm gonna be more. I'm gonna be more of a supporter. See, I'm knocking these important things off the list so I can free up some time, and I'm getting things in position. Because when I say I'm gonna be volunteering, I'm finna be teaching the
I'm
people
for it.
all
Get
through
here on
the
some classes and workshops and seminars,
because
okay?
we need to get this healing. You know how I feel about the healing, the
They
social
gonna get this
emotional
work,
learning,
sis.
but they gonna get this work because it's the onlyest way we're gonna move forward. Like we need to all be progressing, not just pieces of us. Like all of us need to be moving
Absolutely.
together as a unit.
Collectively.
As a unit. So we gonna get there. We gonna get
I
there.
always
Oh,
say we
oh,
ain't on till we all on. Okay.
say it again.
We ain't on until we all on. All right.
Tell everybody about all the amazing stuff you got coming up. Come on, share.
I
We
gotta
supporting. Come
go.
on, sis.
Yo, so honestly, it's so many blessings coming through right now, and this was one of those moments where I had to slow because it's so busy in and through here. But it was literally one of those moments where I was like, hold up, God is showing out. Like you is something else, like showing out. So blessings, gratefulness, and gratitude. So I have a show called Getting Jazzy with Miss Natalie B and Roddy G on radiomedia.com, WNU Ray 99.9 every Monday from
Wow.
7 to 9 p.m. Blessings there. Also, We Gon Talk every Wednesday, 8 to 10 on the Book of the Face and the U of the Tube.
Ho-
Find us.
and hold on now, because your girl be working on more We Gon Talk stuff. But soon you'll also be able to find our past shows on Anchor. So I'm working on getting all of that stuff.
Yeah, you
Upload.
working.
Listen, I be trying to say I may not be like screaming it from the rooftop, but I'm working on things. I am trying to get us out there really reach the people. So, we are trying to also really start to mobilize this Instagram page. So if you don't already follow We Gon Talk on Instagram, go and check us out. Also follow us on YouTube and Twitch. We are on there too. So Twitter, follow us on Twitter. I'm trying to work on becoming more active on all of these pages because it's really the way. And the TikTok page will be coming up soon where we're
Oh, we
going.
on TikTok?
Oh, we
Oh, we on
gonna look.
TikTok?
It's gonna be. Oh, we gonna chats. I know I had dropped this before, where we're gonna be having little bites, little things throughout the day, throughout the week, just talking and healing and breaking these generational curses because it's an everyday thing. It's not only on Wednesdays from 8 to 10. We got to be doing the work 7 days a week, 365, 366 in leap year days a year. Like we have
And
got to
extra
be
L's.
on it and constantly working on it. So be looking out for those big things. But yes, continue on, sis. You said you'd be here on Wednesdays,
Right here
live at
on
8 p.m.
Wednesdays,
What else you
8
got? Because you got to talk
p.m.
about Free Your Mind Friday.
Yes.
Come on, sis. Come through.
So through the Healing Academy, which is an arts and education based nonprofit here in Chicago, soon to be nationally and internationally. Community centers and schools, workshops and programming for all ages. So go follow the Healing Academy. Go follow Getting Jazzy with Miss Natalie B and Rodney G, or Getting Jazzy Chicago on Instagram and the Gmail. On Tuesdays, we have the Breathe Experience every Tuesday. And every Friday, we have Free Your Mind Friday, where I interview different amazing artists around Chicago and outside of Chicago who are doing really dope work on our pillars. So social emotional learning, spirituality, health, literacy, history, all of our amazing 6 pillars. And outside of that, Melanated in America.
Coming soon, right, sis?
Coming soon. So if y'all don't follow Melanated America, y'all better go follow Melanated America. Okay, it's about to pop. Okay. So we are currently in production, closing out on the back end of production for our 10 episode scripted series dropping this spring. It will go from spring into summer. It's a 20 weeks worth of content. So it's 10 episodes that will air bi-weekly, and in the in-between week, we will actually do live conversations and talk back with the cast and the crew of the show to talk about the subject matter of the previous show. So every single week, for those 20 weeks, we'll have content. And this just in, we will be doing live screenings of the show. So when it drops online, which will be YouTube and our website, it will also be a live screening at the same time at my new studio space.
Yes, which I can't wait to come visit.
Yes,
I
come
need
see
to
me
get
soon.
my life
Come see me
together. Come
soon.
visit this office space. Yes, sis, the
Yes.
studio.
So
Keep
it
going.
is with the Wild Yams Black Mother Artist Residency. We are the 3rd cohort. I am blessed to be with 2 other amazing artists, one of which you all know, which is Dion Victoria, who is
Victoria.
my co-founder of the Healing Academy and has also been on We Gon Talk several times.
Because she be bringing the fire. We love Dion. I'm
Dion ain't for
still sad though, because I'm still trying to get me a Dion Victoria original. Because when I tell y'all, her painting is like, I was at the Healing Academy's 2-year anniversary show. Bought my tickets to win this because I had already picked out where this painting was gonna go on my wall, y'all. Okay, I had already, this was my karma. When I think about it, and who actually won it, Geronimo win it. That was my karma for messing with him about the marshmallow pit.
It was the marshmallow pit, sis.
I'm starting to think
Y'all
about
gotta
it.
go back and watch that episode. If y'all did not see that
Yeah.
episode, go back and watch
Yeah.
it. I don't
That
even
was my
remember when it
karma.
was. It was in the summer, I think. But Geronimo was on there. It was a great show, though.
It was a
Will
great show.
North was on there. Carlisa was on there.
It
It
was
was
a
a
great show.
great show. Y'all gotta go back and find it on YouTube.
It was a great show.
But it was a great show. So yes, and my artist in residency with the Wild Yams. And also it's in partnership with the Creative Room on 70th and King Drive. So that is our space. So this spring and this summer, we'll be doing a lot of programming there. Through the being a part of the cohort, they're basically like, you can do whatever you want. I say, you giving me space to do events? Because I got ideas. All I say less. All I need is a location. So
That's
I'm
it.
super excited. So it's going to be a ton of programming, classes, workshops for the youth, adults, live music and jazz and performances all out in the yard. So it'll be outside and COVID safe, because y'all know I ain't doing none of that ain't COVID safe, because I ain't trying to be outside. You hear me talking to you? So it's going to be safe, as it can be, rather. But yeah, so be on the lookout for all of that. And my first solo exhibition of my photography and videography, which will start in July. It'll be July through September at the Creative Room with the Wild Yams cohort. And then after that, I'll be a part of a group exhibition with my other two amazing cohort members of the Wild Yam residency at a gallery in Chicago. So I'll keep y'all posted on all of that, but it's super exciting. Yeah, y'all, it's a lot, and it's dope, and it's amazing, and it's a lot. But sis, can I drop the exclusive I told you I have for
Yes,
you?
I mean, didn't I say we was mapping out time?
Go ahead
Did
and drop the
Did
exclusive
you not
for you.
hear what I had
So I
said?
have something here in my hands. And this is literally an excuse because it just came in the mail today. I haven't even opened it yet. And so nobody knows I have this. And so you guys are getting the first exclusive look at
I don't
this.
even know what it is.
Okay.
I'm excited. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
So actually last year, 2020, I was interviewed by a young woman in Europe about me and about my movements and the different things that I do and my work at the Southside Community Arts Center. And so the article is printed in, can you see that?
Yeah.
This is major. Like
No.
this is major, sis. This right here. This right here
Look,
is major.
I said what I said. It's people in my circle doing dope things. They
Yo.
are doing dope stuff.
Y'all
That
see me here first. This and then this is listen.
congratulations. Let me see it. Look, I'm gonna have to
A
find
globe, okay,
let me find my
all
eyes.
over the
Let me
world.
get my eyes
Hold
here.
on, let me get that glare off of it. You
Yeah,
see that right
yeah. Ooh, Journal of American Folklore.
there?
Yes.
Yes. Do you see that?
So if
Yo,
we
this is the fall 2021 volume 134. Okay. The global.
so how do I get my copy?
So I actually thank you, Robert.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna make a video with me like opening and like finding me, because not only is the was I interviewed, I helped kind of co-write the interview, so I get author credit.
Woo!
And not only do I get author credit in the American Journal of Folklore, I also I sent them various photos for them to use based on the support of the interview, and they selected one of my photos, so I also get photo credit in the American Journal of Folklore. So huge. This is really,
This
really huge.
is amazingly dope, and I need a copy. So I'm gonna have to go on and get my
Yes. So
stuff.
I'll share the link. So I actually
Yes.
shared the link to the website maybe a few weeks ago and kind of like gave people a little teaser like, y'all, I'm in this,
Yeah.
but it's
So
actually out now.
you made it seem so like, yeah, I'm in this. And not you didn't really give yourself
I was just like, guess who's in here? Me.
No, you need to do better than that.
I
I
do.
need you to do better.
But I'm gonna reshare it, and now that it's actually out, because the article wasn't up yet, it was just them saying that the publication would be coming soon. Then I shared it, but it's out, and I have it in my hands, and y'all can get copies. And it's thick and it's wonderful, and I can't wait. I'm probably gonna do like a unboxing of a unbagging of this, and do a video of me being lit and finding myself in there, and pointing
And
out
we
my
gonna
success.
share it. We gonna share it on all the
Yes.
pages. We are proud. We are excited. We
Yay.
are happy for you, sis.
Thank
This
you.
is so deserved. You've been going
This is
hard for so long,
thank you,
and
girl.
it's your time. It's your time. It's your time.
I claim that.
You
I
you
claim
you bet
that.
you
And it
best
is
to.
so.
It's your time.
It's my time, sis. It's our time, sis.
Yeah, we coming. But right now, I want you to get all your light.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna stand in the
We
glow.
thank you.
I'm
Stand
gonna
in your
stand here.
glow, bask in your shine. I'm gonna look at the glistening. These ain't my shades. This might blind me with these. These are like magnifying
Right? You got all the visuals with
eyes.
those. You got
But
all
yeah,
the
I'm gonna
visuals.
get my shades so I can look at you. But this is your time. This is your glow. This is your shine. I am proud to know you. I am proud to see you do your thing. And I will continue to watch in amazement and enjoy. This is
Thank
all you.
you. I appreciate you,
This
sis.
is
I mean,
all
it's
you.
blessings coming through
It's
just
coming
out the
through. It's
woodwork.
only like I said to Dre earlier today too. I said it's only up from here because when you move from the heart, you get what
Yeah.
you deserve.
Absolutely. It's coming forward. And
It's
I
coming.
just see it. I see it all over all of us. And
It's coming.
the alignment of how we met and then you introducing me to Dre and now Dre's on the board and like, like all of these connections. It's like the synergy is
And
so
I was introduced to Dre and gained a brother. I told you I should have had that coffee.
not
Gained a
at 8 o'clock at
brother.
night.
Uh Kawana is who brought Dre
Shout out to Kawada.
into the universe, to my universe, and we just hit it off. And he's just a dope
Well,
brother. And
blessings for that support
I
and for
mean,
all of it.
Dre is just a dope spirit. And
Yeah.
even for you, I wouldn't have you if not for Chanel. So also kudos and
Yeah.
gratitude to her because she put us in orbit. So everything works in his favor. I've met some amazing people on this journey that are pushing me into where I need to be at. Shout out to also Nikki who dropped in for a little bit once on the show. I'm trying to get Nikki on here to talk about
This
this
would be ready.
submission
And her
topic.
son don't be for none. We saw
Look,
that firsthand.
I love me some Bear. He is like real talk. Bear is all that. I just adore me some Bear. But Nikki out here pushing, helping me
Yeah,
with the
she's
right.
doing great work though, for real. For
Oh
real.
man, Nikki's out here making moves and have been making moves for a long time. Definitely a dope spirit that I admire, and I have so much gratitude. Found my home, my writing home in STM, so I know things are going to be happening with that. If you don't know about surviving the mic, you better know about surviving the mic. Please,
That's getting
please
soon.
go find surviving the mic on Facebook. And every week, every other week, sorry, bi-weekly, there's different workshops. We just ended a season of How I Survived
Yeah.
which featured survivors and how they survived writing through their trauma and sharing their work. I mean, you can find past videos on Surviving the Mic YouTube channel and on the Facebook channel. So, shout out to all my Surviving the Mic team members. I love y'all. I mean, everything's working in his favor. Everything's working in alignment. And we just have to realize what that support looks like and show gratitude. But
And can
thank
I just say that
you.
it is the season for that. I don't know if y'all have felt the shift, and I know it's a lot of craziness going on in the world.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Go
Was
ahead.
this because I've been trying to figure out these whole seasons and stuff. When Mercury was in retrograde and everything was like
Stuff get a little wonky when Mercury being retrograde.
it
Stuff get a
was
little crazy.
the things got I thought they felt like the
You
world
got to
been right
breathe
since
through
we
that.
had.
You got to
No,
breathe through it.
the world been messed up since 2017 when that eclipse happened. I'm here to tell you, I do something. Something went wrong with that eclipse. I don't know what it
But you
was.
know when it was the alignment not too long ago, everybody was like black folks don't have superpowers.
I was waiting. Is somebody
So nobody flew.
flying?
Not that
Okay.
I saw.
Okay.
But what that basically was, I saw a astrologist and a woman who does readings and such. She did a breakdown, and I watched the video and I thought it was so dope. But she basically broke it down, and she can read the charts. So basically, she can read the charts from past and future, especially present. But she read the charts from the last time this happened because I think it was like 100+ years ago or something like that. And so she read the charts and what was going on at that time. And she said it was accurate, basically, that all the foolishness and crazy was happening that past hundreds of years because of what was in alignment, what planets were in alignment at the time, and what energy that brought. So it was gonna go down. So like whoever knew how to read the charts then probably knew it was about to go down for a
Yeah.
couple centuries. Okay.
Okay.
But now she was saying um it's all good energy. It's all positive energy. And she said, like people like us who are doing the work, who are positive, who are manifesting, who are doing, we are about to see nothing but love, abundance, and prosperity. She said the only thing that can stop us from literally shifting the world in the way it moves in this age of decades of hundreds of years that we're about to move in is if we let the past crawl over here. She said that's the only way we can win in this season that we're in, these hundreds of years that's about to happen. She said this is a shift time. That so when people were talking about superpowers and all the energy shift, and it definitely was a shift, and it's all good energy. And so she said if we basically work what we work and keep positive, stay moving, doing all the right good things, we can't help but win. She said the only way we can not win is if we allow the past, which is come on, we're gonna talking about generational curses and traumas. If we let what happened in those last hundreds of years creep on over here into these next hundreds of years. And so that's also we have to understand too when things end and new things begin, stuff go a little cray cray. Cause old don't want to go without a fight. And new like, nah, I ain't for that. So
Makes
so
sense.
be aware of that. Be aware of that. But it's all good energy. It's all good energy and all amazing things that's happening through here and out. And if you believe that and you keep working in your favor and what you were meant to do and caused to do here on this planet, it's a wrap. We all getting to where we going.
Stay appreciative and prepare. Prepare.
Absolutely.
That's where I'm at right now. I'm preparing. I'm preparing myself and preparing my table because when it comes, I need to be ready. I will not drop the ball. So
I wanna be ready.
I'm trying to say it. Well, y'all done hung out with us pretty late. And if y'all like me, I still got a whole long day of presentations coming in the morning, making sure I continue the fight against sex abuse and teaching the
Do
babies.
your work. Do your
Teaching
work,
the babies.
sis.
Teaching the babies is what I love the work. I love the work. We will be keeping you posted on all the big things that our people in our universe is making happen. And we want y'all to get out here and support whatever you can do to
Mm-hmm.
support because we gonna love it and appreciate it anyway. So
And if you don't know how to support, ask.
that's me. Hey,
Ask.
hey, and I'm gonna tell you what you could do to support right now. Share these videos. Stop playing. Share these videos.
Subscribe, share, tag a couple people,
Like our pages, subscribe to our
follow,
channel, follow
click
us,
the notification on
share
YouTube.
our stuff. That's the support I would love for you. And show up when you got time. That makes me happy. All right, y'all. Get on out of here. Good night.